Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to West Texas Super Late Model Live, the heartbeat of the West Texas dirt racing. This is where horsepower meets hometown pride. Each episode we break down the latest action, talk with the drivers who leave it all on the track, and dive deep into the stories that make dirt racing one of the most electric sports on earth. Buckle up, crank the volume, and get ready because West Texas Super Late Model Live starts now. Like always, first, we introduce the people. My name's Ivy. I'm the host and director of the West Texas Super Late Model Live and West Texas Super Late Model Series. We have my beautiful co-host, Cooper Ruiz.
Hello.
And we have Dirt Track Kiddo.
Hello.
Alrighty, so we're going to get into some questions here. So, what are your... Let's see. What are your future intentions with the West Texas Super Late Model Series?
Well, I'm hoping to keep going mainly because it gives me competition and more things to do and expand my reputation of what I can and cannot do, and makes me a quicker driver overall and helps me get quicker.
Alrighty, it's already your first season, and for some reason, you're already on Teagan Ivy Racing. Now, me and Cooper both know that that's not possible for a lot of drivers. So how's that going, and how's that feel for you?
Well, it gives me a lot of pressure, but doing good so far. I got a win and a modified and all that. Uh, uh, Came up short at Benton and all that, and did good at Brownstown and all that, and so far so good.
Alrighty. Alright, so we're going to dive into some of our normal questions that we ask people. Okay?
Okay.
What got you into dirt racing, and who helped you get your racing started?
Well, I was just curious of what this was, and I wouldn't in the future I wouldn't know how far I would go, but here I am about 4 years later, and now one of my friends, I think, yeah, one of my friends, I think, got me into it, and we started messing around. I was like, "Oh, let me try this full time." I've been doing it, like I said, 4 years, and I've racked up 24 wins in a track championship. I went over to asphalt, got a Daytona 500 win, and I got a Ohio Speedway championship and all that. It's been going good.
Alrighty. So I've noticed that I noticed you're in top 5 in points already. So, of all the tracks that we've ran so far, what is your favorite track of all of them?
So far, Houston.
Alright, so what was your funnest or funniest memory at Houston so far since we just started racing there this season?
Funniest moment has to be probably either, I don't know if it was technically funny, but the people beelining the wall.
Alrighty. What tracks do you plan on seeing in the future?
I plan on seeing like Fairbury and all that, and like Lucas Oil, and maybe we could do Lernerville.
Alrighty, well, if you've seen our past video, actually the one before this, in the podcast series, we were talking about the schedule. The 2026 schedule includes Knoxville, Eldora, Lernerville, Dust Valley, and multiple massive tracks that we have raced at multiple times throughout last season. So, if you'd like to go look at our schedule, feel free to. I'm going to pass the mic over to Cooper real fast. Cooper, if you have any questions or anything like that you'd like to talk to him about, feel free to ask.
All right. Well, Dirt Track Kiddo, we got
Yep.
a question. So, how does it feel pretty much to be up there running in the top three at the races most of the time in your A mains?
Well, it's kind of hard at the same time because you're trying to stay up in points and stay in the position that you are in. Um, you're basically focusing on like two or three things at once, and at least you want to stay in the top three or above to get the championship and all that. Um, I'm hoping I can get the championship in the future, but the tracks that we ran at so far have been not really on my favorite but Husets, but it's been going good.
One more question before we hand the mic back over to Teagan. How does it feel racing against Teagan, the team owner?
Honestly, it gives me a little bit more motivation to keep going of what I'm doing so far.
All right, all right. Well, Teagan Ivy, here's the mic back. It's back over to you.
Alrighty. Well, we have officially went past our 5-minute mark, so that will end the first segment of tonight's show. We will be back with the second segment, but tonight's a little bit different, and me and Cooper talked about that a minute ago. Tonight, we are talking about how Teagan Ivy Racing has dominated the first races of the 2026 season. So we will be right back after our short little intermission break. And now for the sponsor commercials. Welcome back, race fans, to West Texas Super Late Model Live, and if you've been watching the 2026 season so far, then you already know one thing loud and clear. Teagan Ivy Racing has come out of absolutely dominated. 4 races into the 2026 season, and this team has not just shown speed, they've shown control, consistency, and championship level execution. From the drop of the green flag in race 1, Teagan Ivy Racing set the tone. Fast cars, clear racing, smart strategy, and since then, they've only turned it up. So, we're going to talk a little bit with 3 of the Teagan Ivy Racing drivers. So first, we're going to bring it out with Cooper Ruiz. Cooper, what are your thoughts on this complete domination by Teagan Ivy Racing this season so far, and we are only 4 races in?
It feels pretty good because we just started the season 4 races in where so far every one of the Teagan Ivy Racing drivers have made us win at least 1 race so far. But wasn't here for the first few races, sadly, but I've heard they've been doing good. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say about that part.
And the scary part of this whole thing is we are only 4 races in. Can you believe that? And one of Teagan Ivy Racing drivers has at least won every one of them.
Yep. Either modifieds or late models.
So, I'm going to pass it over to one of the drivers that has been there since one of the first races. What are your thoughts on this domination and you being on Teagan Ivy Racing for the first time and seeing what they can actually do? What are your thoughts on that, Dirt Track Kiddo?
Well, it's really astonishing what we can accomplish and what other people don't know what we can do. But say like Husets, I was absolutely dominating in the mods, and we dominated the late models too. And ever since the season started, we've been very dominant.
Well, I've seen a lot, obviously, because I showed up to every race. Sorry about that. Okay. Sorry, that's definitely going in bloopers. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot watching every one of the races and announcing for every one of the races. Although today we had a little bit of technical difficulties. I've seen a lot going through the season already, and Teagan Ivy Racing is already on it. Teagan has 3 wins and leading in points, and we have just passed the 4th race of the season. 5th race, actually. No, 4th or 5th.
4th.
It's incredible. I've never seen a team do that, and I've announced for multiple series, multiple tracks. I've never seen a driver do that. And most importantly, a driver that has 3,000 plus wins. So him as a team owner, what do y'all think, like, going in and being a part of a team that has an owner that has over 3,000 wins? What is both of y'all's thoughts on that? Cooper, I'm going to have you answer it first so we don't get anybody mixed up here. So, Cooper, what are your thoughts on racing for a team that has an owner that has over 3,000 wins?
Feels good because we get to learn more about how to drive the car, set up the car, how the engines are set up. Also, I've been racing with him for a while, so I've seen how he drives. He drives really good. So it feels wonderful to race with him.
What about you, Dirt Track Kiddo?
It's very amazing because if I wasn't on this position where I'm at now, it would have been very hard on me and more stressful as just me on a team myself and all that. And I really appreciate it letting me on the team.
Okay, now that we're still on that topic, I want to personally go into detail. I watched every one of y'all at Houston's today. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but Teagan knows how to work his way around Houston's. Do y'all know what that is? Like, do y'all know what that reason is? Because he was quicker than almost everybody out there. So, does anybody know what that reason is, that he knows how to work his way around Houston's?
I do.
I don't.
Would you like to go into detail on that, Cooper?
Yeah. So, well, not for sure, but this is my theory one.
Also,
Teagan,
FYI, 1 minute warning.
Alright. From what he's told me, Houston is his favorite track, so I want to say that's the reason he's always watched it. He's raced there, I think, a few times, maybe not. I don't know, but I think it's just because it's his favorite track, and he watches races, learns how to set up the car and all that. Goes there in person to watch them, especially to watch the setups and how cars drive on the track.
Alrighty, well, most definitely. But we have officially came to the end of to the end of West Texas Super Late Model Live's episode. So I'm going to go ahead and do the outro, and we will see y'all next episode. That wraps up another episode of the West Texas Super Late Models, your home of West Texas dirt track action. Huge thanks to our guests, teams, fans, and everybody turning laps with us every weekend. Make sure to follow, share, and stay tuned for more racing coverage, interviews, and behind-the-scenes stories. Until next time, keep it wide open, stay safe, and we'll see you at the track. Goodbye, everybody, and thank y'all for tuning in.